Do you want to make these pretty easy rose cupcakes for Valentine's Day? It's a lot easier than you think. Just watch and find out. I know you might not believe me, but doing these roses really are not very hard. It just takes little practice. So I have a very large petal tip on here. That's a Wilton large, and I wanted to do a large one just so you can see better how to do this. Now with this tip, you want to make sure that the fat part is down. That's very important. Take your cupcake, and I'm not even going to do it on the nail, and you just put a little mound in the center. Now how I do that is I just kind of just squeeze them out and just twist around so there's a little mound in the center of the cupcake. So it looks like this. Now you can make it stiffer if you want by putting it in the fridge, but I think it's easier just to leave it out. And you want to put the fat side down, and then you come over it, and then you twist around so then it looks like the center of the flower. So what I mean by that is I will just twist it like this and come down with it like that. See, that's kind of like the center of the flower. And just like nature, everything's not perfect, so I wouldn't stress about if it's not right up and, you know, like you think perfect would be with the flower, because they're not perfect. So anyways, and then you do another arch and you come around, and then another arch, and you want to go up and down with it at the beginning. But then the more that you go around, the more you come out with it, like a real petal would be. And since this is so much frosting here, I don't want to do a lot of petals because it would just be way too much frosting. So I'm just going to do a simple rose with just a few petals. And so really, this is enough. You don't need a whole lot. And it's still pretty, see? And I'm just going to set that aside and do another one. So now I have green in this piping bag, and I have a large leaf tip at the end. Since I had a large petal tip, it's just better proportionally to do both of them large. So with the rose, all you need to do is squeeze, and you have to do it this way. Don't do it this way. You do it this way. So I'm gonna do it right here actually. Squeeze, 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 and kind of wiggle a little and pull. See? And then I'll do one over here. And roses actually can have more than 2 petals. So I think I'll just squeeze one here just for a little extra color. And that's all. And it's done. So these aren't perfect, but you know what? They definitely are pretty, and they look like they're Valentine's Day. And I think you guys can do this. It's really not that hard. So over top of these, to make them extra little bit glitzy, I have some white sanding sugar. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in my hand, and I'm just gonna sprinkle over the petals with it. It just adds a little bit. And I just think because most places at Valentine's Day, depending on where you live of course, but there's usually snow outside, and to me it just gives that snowy feel, frosty feel I should say, with Valentine's Day. Or just glitzy feel. And you could do any color. You could do white sanding sugar, gold or pink, or whatever you want. So that's what it looks like.